Apparently, I inadvertently cut and pasted something on there. You want the Mets in this. You want the Blue Jays. You want, of course, the Yankees. Martin's retirement party's coming up. Christopher Hoyt. She got looks like you. Yeah, I'm taking off Saturdays more often. Holy cannolis. Wow. Oh, thanks, Tyson, very much. All right, we're going to pick the box for you conspiracy theorists out there. Box 3 it is. Guess we'll have to wait till next week to find out what's in those final 2, or we could break them tonight. Yeah, baby! Woo! Is that Martin's favorite? Well, PD, I have a feeling that it's going to be like that for a while, especially when new releases come out. If you guys are buying up this backstock product, then what are you going to do about dope-ass new release products that you haven't seen before? Hit it first. You want to be the first. All the fresh cards, all this backstock stuff is going to be an afterthought. Yeah, my house. No, I don't. That was the last boxes that I had. Well, I'll tell you something, and I've told you this probably multiple times before, but when I first started Top Shelf Breaks, I saw other breakers doing this, having big nights, just sitting there opening stuff for hours and hours, and I would be like, man, how awesome that must be. I would sit in my chat room for hours, literally 6, 7, 8 hours a night, and have maybe 3 people in and break a mini box. But I would sit there for 6 hours, 7 hours. And meanwhile, over on some other channel, they got, they're on their 7th case. And I used to be like, well, someday I'm going to do that. I don't know when, but I will. So when I have nights like tonight, I'm pretty thankful of that. But it was frustrating as hell, man. Those early days. And to see everybody else, just their websites were sold out. They were breaking nonstop. Making up prices, whatever. They just made up prices, man. They were just like wild, wild west of pricing. Making a fortune. There's a big man, Williams. Ryan Baraki. No, certainly not big time. Like Peter Gabriel? No, I'm not big time. I'm really not. But thank you. But I'm not. I can finally do my contributions to the family financially, which is all I ever wanted to do. My wife carried that load for a couple years. Nothing has changed in 6 years. I think we're breaking a little bit more than a mini box tonight. Whoa, these are dope. Freshman Flash of Brandon Lowe. Cool card, huh? Number to 25. That's good color. That's the Rays. Christopher Hoyt. Where are you at, Christopher Hoyt? Brand new dude. You might, Martin. You might. Jow or you? Oh, I see what you guys are doing there. We didn't play the Joe Jow game tonight. I mean, Jow. Hey, Joe, did you see what I got in today? I'll show you after this break. Oh, yeah, I remember that quote. I remember who said it, but... There you go, Tyson. I'm not being coy here. I am not being coy or silly or funny, but I don't know what constitutes the big breaker. Like, I don't know. I don't know what makes somebody a big breaker. Is it the volume? Is it the amount of sales they do in a month? The number of breaks? Is it their social media reach? Is it the history and the longevity that they've been in the hobby? Is it the most popular? I don't know. Don't care. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm considered in the big breaker crew. I don't feel like I am. Not when I'm around Mojo and Rich and all those guys. They're the Mount Rushmore dudes. No, but I do watch my breaks to see how I can get better. I do watch tape. And I make small adjustments. I really do watch. I don't sit there and watch them for an hour, but I'll watch some of my breaks just to see, well, what does it look like from the viewer standpoint? What can I do better? What can I not do? What can I do? What don't I like? Oh, really? Okay. There's that freshman flash again, Christopher Shaw. I was just talking about this the other day, guys, and I'm pretty candid. I speak very openly here. It's kind of like therapy for me and stuff. But when I started, literally all I wanted to do was to be recognized by my peers, by the other guys that were doing breaks, the Mount Rushmore dudes. All I wanted to do was be recognized and accepted and noted by them. That, hey, this guy is doing it right. This guy's professional. This guy's a good businessman. He's good for the hobby. That's all I wanted to start. I figured if I could get in with those guys and they trust me and they give me the A-OK, distributors and manufacturers, it should fall in place. Most guys start out and they just want to make money. Gotta make money, gotta make money, gotta make money. I didn't do that. You do. 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. Yeah. I love what we have. Just enough of a chat, a good group of dudes, and we just want to break cards together. We're kind of like a Facebook group, but not Facebook. Jacob Cave. Sure wish we could watch baseball, guys. Sure wish we could talk about, perhaps we can pretend. We could pretend there was a extra inning game of 16 innings with a grand slam walk-off. We can pretend that kind of stuff if we want, but that would be a little weird if we just started actually making up fake games. Well, when I started this, I saw more than just cards. Like, I saw the fact that over the years, if we're all doing the same thing, opening up cards, what's going to separate certain breakers from others? Price, availability in products, and or personality. Those three things. 2 of them are the same products and similar prices. So you can't really control that much. The only thing you can change and control is your personality and maybe the way you do things. Appearance, presentation, interaction. So that's where I thought I might be able to make a little bit of a difference. Yeah, 17-6. There you go, Brandon Weaver. Steve P is on a graded card kick. Stephen P. What card are you looking to get graded, homie? Here comes an orange Salvador. Those are cool. Look at that. That's a good job, Topps. I like how the orange is in the background. I love good-looking cards. I guess that's what brings value. Yeah, I'm going to bring Chris Bryant on. Kevin Bryant is actually Chris in disguise. Yeah, Chad loves basketball. He does a lot of basketball. But I'll tell you how surreal it is. The surreal. I'm such a geek. The surreal thing about all this is when I'm out at these conventions and these events, it's like to be with these other breakers in these meetings and hanging out together, going to their houses. It's very surreal because when I started, I was like, oh my God, these guys are like Mount Rushmore dudes. And here I am, this little dude trying to start a company. So it's kind of neat. How long is this going to last? They're going on what, 10, 12 years, some of these guys? Got to be 12 years for some of them, like Chris at Cards Infinity. He's got to be on his 10th or 12th year. Kevin Kramer. God, we get too many Kevin Kramers. Oh, there you go. Yeah, your Xavier Howard. Okay, I'll give that to KB.
I'm looking for someone.
And I'll have KB send it in for you. How about that? I will get that out. Do you want that overnighted, PD? You want to pay the extra $75 for next day grading? I do want to update the website. There's some things I'd love to do to the website, but then I'm afraid if I change the website, it's going to freak everybody out. So you end up not doing anything. Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? I'm afraid to fix it because then people might get confused and it looks different, and I don't know. I know, as long as the card companies don't screw it up. They're getting close. They're getting a little close by putting stuff for retail on the websites. You know, they're cutting out our allocations and putting them on the website, retail direct. That's pissing off a lot of distributors. Taking money out of the distributor's pocket, taking product out of the pocket of us and stores. I mean, the whole idea of buying wholesale is you just have a business and you've earned the right to buy wholesale. So let us buy wholesale and run our business. But I always wondered, I would like to interview a grader. That would be a good idea. But I don't think they're allowed to do interviews. But what's some of the craziest stuff that they've seen people send in? Like, why do you want to get this? There's a Pete rookie. Pete Alonso. Who has the Mets but KB? Whoops. Dakota Hudson. Cardinals. Well, like I said before, I hope that somebody, like literally a billionaire, multi-millionaire person comes into this space, and not Gary Vee. He's looking to just build his entire brand and his other brands. Somebody who wants to come into this industry solely for the sports cards and breaking. And what you hope for is that they see what you do and like what you do, and they approach you and say, hey, we're thinking about doing this. We're going to build a bunch of breakers together. We're going to have this huge network. We have reach with ESPN. We have reach with all these different massive conglomerates. And then they say, Chris, would you like to be our breaker? That's what I want. There you go, Oz. Didn't somebody get a... Martin, don't you want to get your Luke Walton autograph graded? Don't you want to get your Chatters win Luke Walton autoed, man? Graded. Come on. I am talking to you, Marcus Lemonis. You are in my dreams. I'm going to send him, and it's profitcasting.com. I'm going to send him a video. If he were to get wind of the amount... I mean, if I'm billing a lot per year in sales, what do you think the big dudes are? Of course, I don't want him to talk to them. But I don't know that Marcus would be interested in single camera, kind of just boring, here's your cards, guys. Yeah, you don't want to get your Luke Walton graded, Martin? Didn't you win a Luke Walton auto the other night? That's what's going to happen. Mark my words, it's going to happen. Somebody's going to come into this group breaking space, and they have reach to millions and millions and millions of followers on websites and networks, and they're going to plug in breaks directly to that. Where will they get the product to meet that kind of demand? That's the trick. Like if somebody came in here and said, well, I'm going to plug you right into Fox Sports. We're going to put you on the website of Fox Sports and promote breaking, and you're going to be our breaker on foxsports.net. Okay, what are we going to break? I mean, Marcus Lemonis rules. I love that guy. I'm going to stalk him. That is one dude that I would stalk. And he did do a thing, but it got canceled. He was going to do an event here. It was like a big get-together sales fest. Sales and marketing kind of, convention. And he was there, and I thought about going. But then I thought, what are the chances and odds I'm really going to get to speak to him? Probably 0. They just want you to buy the damn ticket. Yeah, that's on the way, Zim. You should have got tracking for that. Tommy got everything out today. Here's your museum box we've selected randomly. Oh, that's the best, Patrick. That is the best. Yep. Cards from a couple years ago, and then all of a sudden they're huge. Or in demand, at least. Number to 60, like this guy right here, Kyle Tucker. Tyson was like, man, I got to buy every Kyle Tucker card. You should be buying Kyle Tucker. He's freaking dope. He's awesome. He's warm again. And then like 2 years from now, you find Kyle Tucker in the singles box. Maybe tonight. Something's going to happen, okay? Something's going to happen. I don't see us breakers merging together. There's too much work put in over the years for our own brands to share them and stuff. That ain't going to happen. But somebody's going to come into the space that wants to do strictly breaking and make it a big thing. Could be somebody from the daily fantasy sports world. I mean, imagine somebody coming in and saying, we're going to plug you right into daily fantasy sports. We're going to have a tab, a section on the daily fantasy sports website for breaking. Okay. There's a 101. Just like that. Randomly selected Eric Hosmer and Will Myers. Padres. Would I laugh if Neil had him? Jake. Green, 1 of 1. Eric Hosmer. And Will Myers. Game used, of course. There it is. My. You guys talking about cleaning cards? Do you guys do that? Yeah. Let me get him on the phone. I thought it'd be cool if they had the break room in a casino. Right by the sports book, there was a break room, and I just pictured it filled with national treasures. It'd basically be like platinum, but at a casino. $99. Shareholder. Maybe Juice is Marcus. Are you Marcus Lemonis? 10 of 25. Justin Upton. I do like the patches in museum. It used to be a little sexier, I thought. It seems a little lackluster this year. At least the boxes we've been doing. Hands up. I knew it. Come on in, Marcus. Marcus is out in the parking lot. I knew it. You're a spy. That's why you've been spending all that money using the CNBC's credit card. He's actually undercover for CNBC money, and they're learning about the industry and hobby. Then they're going to ask me to sign some waivers that for the past 2 months they've been undercover with a bunch of different breakers, and they want to do a show. Sean Green to 99. Really? I love reading marketing books. I've not heard of that one, dude. I've read my fair share of marketing and sales books and stuff over the years, but The Golden Toilet, I have not heard of that one. But I like it. Well, thanks, y'all. That was a Carter special. Thanks, Anthony. Hands up.